Darwin Initiative, as well as doing some research work on the species found in this area. So coming from Lethem, you pass through the savanna and then you enter into the forest. And some butterflies are very habitat specific, like they only live in a certain type of area. So we did collections in the forest, savanna, and then the interface between the forest and the savanna over an 18 months period. Well, it took us a little bit longer, but we just analyzed the data from an 18 months period. And then we, whilst doing that, we also looked at their behavior, what they're feeding on, both at the adult stage, so what kind of flowers or fruits or things like that they're feeding on, and then in the caterpillar stage, what kind of leaves they're eating. So if we go over here, we'll see some of the caterpillars that we have in production already. Thank you. You okay? Just stand for me. And as you can see from this, they're very ravenous feeders. They just eat and eat and eat. Caterpillars.
Oh yeah.
They just eat
Nice.
all the while. They just keep eating. So what we do is that we find which plants the caterpillars like to feed on. Well, actually, we look for what the parents are laying their eggs on, like in this case here. So the adult butterfly will select the plant, lay her eggs on it. So we know that when the caterpillars hatch, they will definitely feed on these plants. So we then go about planting lots of these plants in our garden outside, which we'll go through in a minute. So we'll have ample food for them, as you can see. And as they grow bigger, they eat much more.
So is that stages?
Yeah, some of these are in stages, but each cage is, like this is the egg stage of this same caterpillar. And we have some adult stage around the other side. There's a freshly emerged butterfly there. The wings are still very wet. Sure. Just excuse me 1 minute, sorry. Okay. You want it? Good?
Dead caterpillar.
Oh, yeah. This one?
Look at how many.
So many.
It might be dead too, but sometimes what happens is that if you notice, some of them are very fat and some of them are a bit slim. Well, partly, but also what happens is that they start off with very tiny things, then they eat and they fill up that skin, and then they burst out of that skin, and then get new elastic skin, so they fill that skin again and they change it. And each time they change it, it's saying they're moving from one instar to a next instar, so from one level to a next level. And they will go through like 5 instars. They will change their skin about 5 or 6 times. And when they're changing their skin, they're a little bit vulnerable. They don't do much moving around. Yeah, so they don't do much moving around. So we need to be careful as well when we're changing them. Like when we're feeding them, so we don't disturb them when they're changing.
So where are the eggs?
These are the eggs.
Those little flower looking things.
Yeah, and then they will hatch
goodness.
and they start
Like
feeding.
that.
This one here is actually, some of them in the second, some in the third instar. So they've changed their skin 2 times already. Some have changed 3 times already.
So what stage is that?
This is a mixture of second and third instar. Ideally, all would be developing at the same rate, but of course, you'd have some slow developers and some extremely fast developers. And it's all about food, the amount of food that they get, and they just keep feeding and feeding
So
and
it's the
feeding.
greediest ones wins.
And well, these ones feed in groups. So when they're feeding together, as a predator, you wouldn't know where one caterpillar starts and where the other ends.
Ah.
And this butterfly here, they usually feed singles as individuals, like this set here. Oh no, sorry, this is another chain feed.